everyone. We're here today with Ryan, VP Finance, to talk about athletic and recreation expansion. Can you please explain the timelines of this project?
Sure. So I guess there's three components to the project. So there's the student activity building, which is a student space. There's the Pulse expansion and athletics and recreation expansion, which is also a building. And then the third component is the athletics and recreation upgrades. So that includes 12 months Pulse membership among another couple of different benefits. So in terms of the actual spaces themselves, both of them are slated to be a 2019-2020 is when the space would ideally be opened if the referendum is passed. Now the fee structure is a unique one in that we've learned from other institutions in terms of students don't want to be paying for something unless they're not going to receive the benefit. The structure of the referendum is that for the building costs, students would only start paying that once the actual space opens. Yeah, and that's an ideal timeline of 2019-2020. As we've seen, that sometimes isn't always the case with buildings on campus. So the commitment from the university is that if it takes an extra year, then students aren't paying for an extra year.
I feel like it's really important that students are paying for this building, and that's a very important and I feel like a very crucial part to the whole process. Let's really talk about how they will pay. Here is a whiteboard. Whoa. For you.
Wow.
So you can explain it for us, how it's going to work.
Sure. So students will have three options on the ballot. The first one is the student activity building, the A&R expansion, as well as the 12-month membership, among other benefits. This is the big package. It's also going to be the most expensive for students.
Okay.
The second one will include the athletics and recreation expansion, as well as the membership and the benefits. So both of the options in which it will increase student fees will include that change to the student athletics and recreation activity fee. So you might be asking, what the heck is the activity fee?
Yeah.
This is the standard athletics fee. This pays for the cost of running programs in recreation, intramurals, the cost of staffing people for the track, for those people that check people's IDs as they're entering for the squash courts. So that's the main fund that supports the teams, the programs, the recreation, etc.
Okay, yes.
Then on the other side of things is the building fee. So in 2003, students voted to be able to create the David Braley Athletic Center.
Yes.
So that building fee was established, which is $472 per unit.
Okay.
Which comes out to $141.60 per person that's taking 30 units. It's capped at 30 units because we know that some programs require more than 30 units in a particular year, so it caps at that number. Same thing for the increase for the suggestions. On the building side of things, note that they're a per unit fee. So even on the ballot, you might see a small number, like at this case, $3.95 or $1.76.
Yes. Okay.
Those two numbers are per unit. Whereas on the activity fee side of things, it's a flat fee.
Okay.
So in both option A and option B, it's a $95 increase for the activity fee.
Activity fee.
Yes.
Okay.
And that happens next year.
Okay.
So the benefits for next year, you get the 12-month Pulse membership next year. They'll extend hours for the Pulse next year. They will create some additional funding for club teams, some discounts on intramurals.
Still going to be in the same space, or we're going to move the Pulse somewhere else because of the
construction, right?
Because
so
of the construction.
The idea that they have at this point is that they're going to keep some of the existing Pulse space during construction, as well as they're going to renovate IWC 2 and 3, the Smith's Gym and then the East Auxiliary Gym, into a temporary Pulse. And for the intramurals that are running out of there, they'll be looking at renting space off campus. It's not going to be an easy fix during those months. The idea is that they're going to do the majority of the construction in summer of 2018. So in both situations, the $95 increase happens, as well as an additional $10 increase to that fee once the space opens. The idea for this is that we didn't think it would necessarily be fair to charge the full amount when you're not going to receive the full benefit.
When we talk about Pulse expansion of building something very substantial, like a new building, I would assume that a lot of students would argue that university should provide as much money as possible because the building is going to be there. I'm leaving, the building is going to be why university is not paying for it.
Right. I think that's a good question, and definitely a point of contention that students should be debating over the course of the next 2 weeks. In terms of where the university's finances are and where they're contributing, they are contributing $1.1 million in perpetuity for the operating costs of that student space.
Of the student space. Okay, I'm just thinking kind of long term, what if
Sure.
we realize that actually it's going to cost us more to maintain this building? Will university...
So they will pay 100% of the operating costs.
Okay, so it's like
they have
they want-
earmarked 1.1 million, but the agreement is that they will maintain the student activity building space.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for this very, very helpful information. I hope that it's actually very beneficial to students to know what they're paying for and how they're paying for. And yeah, awesome.
We have the highest turnout in Canada. Let's hope we beat that this year and even get it higher. So
I hope so. Let's do what we can do.
sounds good. Thanks a lot, Vlad.